How do you get over a breakup? I get asked this question all the time, and if you're in that situation where you just ended a relationship or you ended a relationship a long time ago and it's still bothering you, this video might help. And of course, I don't know if some random dude you're watching on the internets can actually help you deal with some of the just deep, dark, frustrating, sad things that happen when you break up with somebody you love. And I'm speaking about that from experience. So I'm going to share with you 4 big ideas that can help you in dealing with a breakup, but also recognize that if that's where you're at, I'm sorry to hear that. I know how hard that is. Some of you guys know my origin story that got me into personal development in the first place was a breakup. You know, I broke up with the first woman I ever loved, and we were high school sweethearts. And that breakup sent me into a deep depression. It sent me into suicidal thoughts. And I don't know what would have happened to me if I hadn't been in a car accident that was unrelated, that helped me kind of like snap back into place, that helped me realize, no, I want to live my life. Because previous to that, when that relationship ended, because I had my whole identity tied up in that relationship, I thought I ended. I thought my life was over. So if you're somebody has told you, well, stop being so dramatic, or your friends tell you, just get over it, I'm not going to be that guy for you today who just makes it sound so easy. I understand those dark nights where you wonder who you are and what your life's about. That happens when you break up with somebody, especially somebody who maybe you cared for or they broke up with you. Either way, it doesn't feel good. Whether you did the breaking up, sometimes that can feel really good, but there's still stuff there, And if someone broke up with you, there's still stuff there too. So I hope that in this discussion today, we can find something that will help. So I've got 4 big ideas for you. The first idea for you that really helped me is this philosophy called Phase 2 philosophy. And what does that mean? It means that you got to look at whatever has happened to you in the past, whether it's a sad thing, a failure thing, a breakup thing, a bad day. You got to say, okay, that was Phase 1. Now I'm in Phase 2. Phase 1 was all about, experimenting, learning, developing. Now I'm on to Phase 2 innovation. It's like giving yourself a mindset that says everything that has happened to us. There was a reason if we don't know what it was, but at the end, there's a product. You, me. It's like us, where we're at now. And now we have to start and go Phase 2. It's kind of like that philosophy you've heard before, that metaphor of like a new chapter. That's what you have to think. No matter what the previous chapter said, new chapter. So if you broke up with somebody or you've been broken up with, today is the day that you go, okay, who do I want to be now? Separate from that person or separate from that relationship, like what's like the ideal me look like? Sound like, talk like, work towards? How does the ideal me talk with other people, relate with other people? How does the ideal me focus on getting things done? How does the ideal me move about in the world now in Phase 2? Because Phase 1, I learned. And that is so critical. When you have a breakup, learn. Don't blame. Don't be mad. Don't try to get back. Don't try to recover everything. It's like if the breakup is definitive and it is done, you must also learn to let go. But you know what? It is impossible to let go unless you accept now you're in Phase 2. Because if you keep trying to stay and live in Phase 1, and every day you keep thinking about them and you're following them on social media, and you're still in Phase 1 with your behaviors, you'll be miserable. So you got to let Phase 1 go. Step into Phase 2 by saying, okay, Phase 1 was a learning. What did I learn about myself in that relationship? What would my better self do in the next relationship? What did I learn about people? And what did I learn about vulnerability? What did I learn about love? Because I've always learned if you can have a learning mindset, recovery is easier. If you can look back, not to blame, not to complain, not to moan, not to be sad, but rather just to explore. To be today, here in Phase 2, but to observe, kind of like flipping back through a couple of the chapters and just kind of looking for a theme, looking for a learning. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Now, this new chapter goes this way. That's what Phase 2 philosophy is all about. Learn, got it. Here I am now, make the product better, make us better, make each other grow. And I know that sounds weird to say product, but this is how we would think about this as an example if you're thinking about engineering or product development. And we're all humans in development. right? You're in now you 2.0 or 3.0 or 4.0. Like you're in a new phase, baby. So if you can step into that new phase with a learning mindset, that will help. Second, you've got to be grateful for phase one. It's hard. When you're hurt, when you're mad, when you're upset, all you want to do is hate that phase one happened. Why did this happen to me? But I want you to be grateful for who you now know you need to become. Who you now know you need to become. Be grateful for that. Be grateful for the times you did have love. Have plenty of nostalgia. Be thankful for those beautiful moments in life that this person gave you in the relationship without needing to cling and get it back. So you can be free from something and appreciate it. Like I had lots of things happen to me in ninth grade and 11th grade that were beautiful and great times with friends, but those friends aren't here in phase two. It doesn't mean that I don't appreciate those times with my friends. Same thing in relationships. You can still appreciate those things, but they're not here in phase two, and you're okay with that because you're just grateful for everything you've learned along the way. I know that sounds flippant to say, and you might be like, yeah, Brendon, I'm not grateful, I'm mad. I get that. But I'm here to tell you, your development will not proceed until you can see phase one through a learning mindset and a grateful mindset. Until you can do that, you won't live your life. You'll be stuck there. And so if you keep thinking about it, I'm like, great, think about it. But think about it for two things. Learning, number one. Think about it for gratitude, number two. And number three, what will I do now? Who am I now? That's this phase two philosophy. You're starting a new phase of your life, babe. Second big idea. I want you to pour yourself into your friendships and your passions. Pour yourself in to your friendships and your passions. When you're hurt and you're upset, you know what you want to do? Withdraw. You want to go hide in a cave. You want to isolate yourself. But what you don't need now is a great dose of loneliness, my friend. What you need now is social connection. Because in your relationship in phase one, you had a connection there, and it was a social connection. It was an intimate connection, but it was a social connection. You need a new social connection, and you don't need to go find a new person for that. You can still have connection with your friends. So go re-engage your friends. Go out with your friends more than you used to. Be responsible. Go out with your friends more. Schedule more lunches. Schedule more dinners. Schedule more walks with your girlfriends or your buddies. Like, get outdoors, be with your friends, and schedule the time. Don't be like, I got nothing to do this weekend. Pick up the phone. Hey, Pete, do you want to go out? Hey, Sarah, should we meet up? Like, don't sit there and wait for them to come to you. Because remember, a funny thing happens when you're in breakup. Time slows down. And for you, the hours are torturous and the days are horrible. But for everybody else, they're just going through the day, waiting for the next time that they can go hang out. So their life is proceeding. Because when you're sad, time slows down and you really feel it. And I think biology and evolution gave us that so that we can be contemplative and so we can learn. But for you, time's going a little slower than your friends. So don't be mad if your friends aren't all pouring themselves into you. They don't know. They're just going about their day, right? Nothing changed for them. So you've got to be proactive in reaching out to your friends. Pour yourself into friendships. They'll help you not only feel good and laugh, they'll give you that social connection feeling. Also pour yourself into your passions. Whatever you are curious about, I want you to dork about and go deep on. I mean, if you're curious about, this type of movie and filming, or you're curious about this type of business, or you're curious about this topic, go get the books, watch the videos on it, take a course on it, like deep dive into your passions, like dork out, like obsess a little bit, because that little bit of obsession about the things that you really love will also introduce that feeling of like passion and love that obviously you cannot replace from a person or an intimate relationship. But listen, isn't it true? We should all pour ourselves into our passions anyway, right? We all know that phrase, be passionate, live with passion. Well, do that. Don't allow yourself just to mope all day. Listen, I'm totally okay when you break up. If you have 4 or 5 days of nothing but a snot-driven, like Netflix binge, chip-eaten, like bad food, bad drinks, bad everything for 6 days to mope and feel bad. Everyone's allowed that. but that can't be your life. So you've got to re-engage your passions, and don't wait 3 months. Don't wait, I'll do it a year from now when I feel better. Because you know what? You won't feel better. You are going to generate better feelings. You're not going to hope that one day you're happy. You got to start generating happiness. If you heard me teach any time, I always say the power plant does not have energy. It transforms energy from one quality to another higher quality of utilization. Meaning you got to take all that sadness, and at some point you're going to have to transform it and start generating that energy into more positive things for yourself. I hope that makes sense. Number 3, I want you to also do a deep dive into your personal development. Not just the things you're curious or interested about, not just your strengths and your passions. I want you to do a deep dive into personal development. Watch more videos like this from me or other people. Go watch a bunch of videos on TED, listen to a bunch of the podcasts, read a bunch of personal development books, and don't be embarrassed by it. Because you know what? Self-help is necessary right now. You need to do personal development like a pro. Like your personal and professional development is critical right now. Don't wander the woods of sadness for 5 years and wake up 5 years later and go, I'm not any better than I was 5 years ago. We've all been there, and that sucks. Instead, architect the best you. Use this breakup as a breaking point from your old ways of assuming, your old ways of doing, your own limited thinking, and say, you know what? I want to become a positive, optimistic, very mindful person. I want to be a person who's happy and joyous. And you're going to have to learn to deal with your thoughts in that. If you ever hear someone make fun of personal development, all they're not realizing that all personal and professional development is teaching you better ways to use your mind. And if they're making fun of that, let that be their things. You need to learn to use your mind better to become happier right now. Is there a better time to train than right now when you had a breakup on how to use your mind better? How to learn how to be more fulfilled and satisfied, learn how to be happier and more positive, learn how to control your thoughts. Because otherwise, your thoughts can betray you. Your thoughts can start thinking about things that happened and who is blame. That's not good. So get into that personal development. Listen to the podcast, watch the videos, go to the bookstore, pick up 3 books today that are personal development. Even if you think the titles are cheesy, that's okay. You're probably sad. You're cheesy too right now. You might be a cheesy metaphor of a breakup person. It's on your couch and watching the Netflix and the chips and the bad, hey, cheesy's okay right now. Allow yourself a little bit of cheesy personal development. It'll make you feel better. Clearly, if you're still watching me, I think you're just fine. Okay, last big idea, 4th big thing. You need to get some momentum, my friend. If you think about it, in any given relationship, there's compromise, there's give and take. And sometimes in your relationship, you prioritize a lot of other things, but not the projects or the passions or the goals that you had. It's not that relationships slow us down. I am not saying that. What I am saying is, I bet if you think about it, there's a few things you've been waiting to do. And I feel like if you can just set 3 goals related to those things you've been waiting to do each day, and just each day, knock off those 3 goals or those 3 tasks. Doesn't matter if they're big ones or little ones. Just in the morning, write down 3 things you're going to do that day and reliably do them. Every day, do 3 things to move yourself forward, because you know what the heart loves? Just as much as love, the heart loves progress. And when you have progress in your life, your brain goes, I'm doing okay here. I'm doing good here. We know that as you get more momentum and progress in your life, your self-confidence goes up. As your self-confidence goes up, so too does your social connection ability. You're more confident, you're more able to be interested in people again. And I think that's really important. As you get more momentum, you feel good about yourself. You're more willing to engage people. You got to make sure you're doing things that make you feel good about yourself again. And that requires daily tasks and goals that you do consistently. All right, I hope these 4 ideas helped you today, my friend. Again, if you are in a breakup and it's been hurtful and it's been sad and it's been challenging, I give you my heart right now. I understand that. I've been through that several times in my life. But I also want to let you know, in phase 2 or in phase 3 or phase 4 or 5 upcoming for you, things will get better. You are stronger than you think, my friend, and the future still holds good things for you. So consider what I've shared today. Go put yourself out there. Keep living your life. Have that idealized version of you. You can choose to go through this in a way that is disempowering, or this is about to become the most empowering time of your life. All right, hey guys, it's Brendon, and I hope you enjoyed my video today. If you did, would you do me 2 simple things? Number 1, share it with somebody else, and number 2, click subscribe down below. That will help so much, and then you'll get notices every time I post a new video. Also, if you're somebody who's always like looking at my work and you're wondering like, how does he do it all? We have 2 new tools that can really help you reach what we call that high performance experience. As you know, I call you guys Team HPX, which HPX stands for High Performance Experience. It's that idea and that philosophy of living that says, I want to live the highest version of myself. I want a life that's, vibrant and connected and excellence driven. Like, you want to reach that next level of high performance and success in your life. That's why I call you guys Team HPX. And we have 2 new tools for Team HPX that everyone is freaking out about, so I'll help you check it out. The first one is our new high performance planner. This is what I fill out every day to keep my mindset good and positive, to live a happy life, to really prepare myself for the day. So it helps me not only just set my goals, but make sure my priorities are clear, keep a clean schedule, review and rate and measure myself at the end of each day on the high performance habits that we know make you more successful. This is available on Amazon or most bookstores anywhere. It's called the High Performance Planner. Pick up a copy of it. It's what I fill out every morning. And our new HPX Optimized. Many of you have wondered how I keep the mental clarity and mental motivation and creative edge. This is our new supplement. It's called HPX Optimize. You can also find it on Amazon. And this is the thing that gives me that energy and that focus each day to be my best, which, as many of you all know, was really important to me. And I developed this because I had a brain injury in 2011, and it threw me off my A game, and my mind wasn't right, and I just didn't have the ability to focus anymore. And this is not a product to cure, brain injuries. This is a product for any person out there who says, I want a little more focus in the day. I want a little more creative edge. I want my mind to be just more alert and aware. And this is what the product does without caffeine, without GMO, without soy, without all the nonsense. Look it up on Amazon. It's called HPX Optimize. These are the 2 new tools for our HPX community. I hope you engage. I hope you'll look them up on Amazon. There's some links in the post down below where you can get them at the best rate. So please engage. Again, please subscribe, please share, stay part of Team HPX, and please, as you know, every single day, you have a choice. You can go be average or ordinary, or you can choose to be extraordinary. So my friends, go be extraordinary.